Well, students, today we are finishing up your Starry Night. The first thing I would like you to do is just to check to make sure your sky color is done. I chose to use this midnight blue, so I'm going to make sure to go around all of my wind, go around the stars, go around the clouds, go around the trees and the buildings. That first color I put on kind of lightly, and then I chose to do purple, or purple with the blue, so that's my midnight blue. And then I use the purple. It's a little bit lighter than the blue, so I use the lighter one second, and I press it on really hard so you can't see the paper through the color. So put it on thick, just like Vincent Van Gogh put his paint on very thick. So once you have that all done, go around everything. If you can see any of the blue paper through the color it some more. Make sure that you can't see that, otherwise I might ask you to color it again. Now you can use white, or you can use this sea blue-green color to put your dashed and broken lines in. So I'm gonna go through here, I'm gonna put my dashed and broken lines in. I'll do a little bit with this other color just so you can see. This works just as well. Looks almost the same. And make sure you get them up close to the top, as well as near the edges of the paper and right down to the bottom. Sometimes you kind of have to go back and forth on the line to press it on. Now, if you notice that something got covered up, like this line here, just trace that back in there. Or if you notice that a star got covered up, or those broken or dashed lines around it, just touch up some of that stuff, including some of the clouds. Make sure all of that stuff is complete and looks like your best. If that is done, then you can move down and work on your buildings. So here, this building, I would like you to try to do a two-color mix. I'm gonna do some silver around the edges. I am gonna trace around the doors and around the windows. And then I'm gonna take the silver and I'm gonna mix it with gray. Press it on hard so you can't see any of the blue paper through it. Let's pretend that I have all of the buildings done. This one is red and orange. This is two blues. This is a purple and a pink. Once the buildings are done, then you can do your windows. So here I'm gonna do some of them white to make it look like the lights are on, or I could add this one I might do. I did yellow windows, but maybe I'm gonna put a little bit of gold on them. If you choose to use black, make sure black is the last color you use. So if the buildings are done and you do want some of the doors or windows to be black, that just has to be the last color. When that is done, I would like you to finish any of your trees. So you can see that I used, on this bush, I used this green. I also used this green, and I used a little bit of the sea blue-green too. With the tree, I did the same, but I added a little bit of brown to the trunk of the tree and the branches, and then a little bit of gold to the bark. When that's done and everything is complete, then you can decide how you're gonna do your road. Some people like to make a road that is along the top. That's fine. I'm gonna have my road looking like it's kind of disappearing into the background. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of gray for this, and I'm gonna have it go on a diagonal right here, and then I'm gonna have it start out small, and I'm gonna have it get bigger. Then it'll look like it's kind of disappearing into the background. You could do dashed or broken lines on the road with white. Sometimes the lines on the road are yellow, so that's what I'm gonna do, kind of this gold. And I'm gonna have the lines get longer as they get towards the bottom and smaller as they get further away, and that'll help it look like it's kind of disappearing into the background. When this is done, the space around this, I would like you to do some greens and do some mixing. So what I would like you to do, this is the only time I'm gonna go side to side, is right here. The rest of it, we did this on your other landscapes at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna go up and down. So I'm gonna go up and down, kind of in a zigzag. I can do that over here too. Just kind of trace the road, go up and down. Then I'll set them out so you can see what they are. That's my forest green. Then I'm gonna do this regular medium green. I'm gonna go over that other green. Press it on hard, hold that color down low so it doesn't break. Then I'm gonna do my lime green. Then we'll bring it over here. Don't forget to do both sides. And then this sea green is my last one. So there's a 4-color mix for that. And when you run out of colors, then you just repeat it and you go back. It's kind of like a pattern. Sometimes I've had students too do the opposite, where you could go, instead of going back to the darkest one, you could just do the reverse order and do lime green, medium green, and then do your forest green. And that would work well too, but I'm just gonna stick with the same pattern that I had before. Okay. If you have extra time and this is all done, then I would like you to maybe add a little bit of black or add a little bit of gray to your road. You just want to be careful not to color on the broken lines that you made. So here, I'm gonna get right over here to this part. I'm gonna be careful not to color on the sky color. So this might be the only other spot where instead of going up and down, I might change directions just to trace the hill like this so that I don't get it all over my buildings. And just be careful that you're not rubbing your hand on your paper. So we'll go right up to that edge, and then I might do just a little bit of that zigzag here so you can't see any of the black paper through it. As I was just mentioning, the road, so that it doesn't look like the color of the paper, often I will take just a little bit of gray first. If I put that into the paper color and then I take the black, I'm gonna go around the rectangles first so I don't color on them. And then I would just do a little bit of mix here. Then it looks more like a road color. And I think the last thing that I want to do is just to put a little bit of this gray line back on here where it kind of got covered up. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. And we have our Starry Night complete. I think all that color mixing looks fantastic. When we are done, just make sure that we get these back in the box. If one is broken like this, just put it by the other one so that they will fit in the box. And let's have fun working on these today.